Alianza Minerals in the news. Alianza trades as ANZ in the venture, TARSF in the OTC in the States. They extend mineralization at the high-grade KRL gold property in the Golden Triangle. With me now, CEO Jason Weber. Jason, appreciate the update here. Why don't you run through these numbers? They look pretty good here so far.
So we picked up the KRL project about this time last year. It was in the fall of 2018. Based on the fact that it hosts some really high mineralization, there was a number of veins that were sampled by previous operators back in the late 80s that identified multi-ounce gold, so numbers in the 125 grams per ton range and that sort of thing over fairly narrow width. So the idea of our program was to come in this year, take the data from the two different companies that work the project area, and unfortunately the veins were found right near a property boundary. So there was a lack of continuity from one side of the showing essentially to the other side. So we took a little bit of a holistic approach, did a bunch of mapping and soil sampling, and tried to get a better handle on what the actual main showing area, the area that hosts these core with high-grade gold, and see what it might all mean. And you always think about this sort of in the back of your mind is Pretium's Valley of the Kings discovery, which is also nearby in the Golden Triangle, which for years was just sort of scrappy quartz veins on surface that had some good gold grades. So you kind of walk into this going, I wonder. Now that's not to say we're making that direct comparison, but what we did find is there's seems to be a geologic contact between two different rock units that spans the width of a structural corridor that's about 800 meters wide here. So in proximity to that contact, we're seeing these high-grade gold-bearing veins. And fortunately, we found some new veins in the 2019 program, about 100 meters away from the sort of the main showing, that ran over 35 grams per ton gold, basically an ounce per ton gold, and another one that ran just under a third of an ounce gold at 9.25 grams per ton. So just gives us an idea. It's along that same trend, gives us an idea that this trend may be very important, and that's what may be controlling both these veins and the high-grade gold values that we're finding in them. So it gives us a bit of a target to focus in for 2020, and we'll focus in along that 800-meter long trend and see what else we can find.
Okay, 2019 in the bag. This kind of sets you up for 2020. When are you going to get back to us with a game plan here on moving forward?
Yeah, we're just still kind of absorbing the numbers here and the data. There's quite a bit of compilation that went in just between old data and then what we collected this year and sort of rationalizing it all. So I suspect it's going to be sometime in the spring that we'll have a better handle on what the program's going to be. But I already see that we're going to focus in with some more detailed structural and lithological mapping in the area of the showing and along the trend. And then there's soil geochemical anomalies that are outboard of that are unexplained. So we have to look at those as well. But I think you'd want to be fairly quickly trying to get to the point where you're outlining a drill target, just even if it's just to test your structural theory, what this trend might mean. I don't know that there's a whole lot of ways that you can really test for this without just going into drilling. So we'll chew on that though for a while and see what we can come up with, what we can pull out of the data, and let that guide us for our decisions around next year's program.